Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is You Too Can Be Great. And I'm not doing a review this time. I'm going to talk about the latest idiocy that I just saw. Another one of our African-American rappers go out and just embarrass our entire race, both in the United States and everywhere around the world, with his buffoonery that he was doing while he was recording his ass and putting it on Instagram. But before I do that, I've been announcing that I finally got a chance to publish my book. It's called Just Add Pepper by A.S. Blaine, available on Amazon. You can get it paperback, or if you have Kindle, you can use Kindle to also download the book. Please leave me a comment that's good so I can progress. This is my first book I've ever wrote. I wrote it when I was 21 years old, and I finally got the balls to go ahead and let it out because I got a lot of bad advice when I was younger saying, don't put this out there. It's too risque. It's too, sexual. You can't write an urban erotic novel. You just can't do that. It's not right. It's not this. And it really discouraged me. It wasn't until I met my fiance that he said, you know what? You got 3 books that you wrote. And yes, I have written 3 full books. The first novel, this one, the second book, 2 to follow this one, and I started the 3rd one. I haven't finished it. But I had wrote another book that has nothing to do with this genre, Just Add Pepper, that was actually nonfiction for African Americans to let them know or help them understand what's going on with them in the real world and why we have people like Boosie that are so dumb and so blind and so sleep that they can go out there and sit up there and say some stupid shit like this, which brings me to my point in the discussion for today. I don't know if y'all have seen the video. The video is basically him admitting to hiring an elder lady to go and top off his 13-year-old kid son, and he said that he don't care, he's a good parent, and that he's raising his kids right. How on earth is it okay for a 12? Now, I say this because we all know that Dwayne Wade's child came out changing. He was once known as Zion, and now she wants to be called Zaya. I'm still getting used to the pronouns, but the name change, Zion to Zaya, was a huge controversy on Instagram and in the media because Boosie felt like, as a child, you're supposed to for me, I took the stance of you want to let your child be a child. A 12-year-old is not mature enough mentally to make any decisions about their well-being. They're too young to know the difference between I want candy and I want this. They're still developing. They're still changing. Their mind is still maturing. They don't know how to pay a bill. They're not legally able to drive. They can't legally drink. They don't know what a bill looks like. They've never paid a bill. All they want is the new iPhone 11 Pro Max, or the new laptop, or the new GameCube, or the new Xbox, or the new toys, or the new Jordans. That's all they want. They really don't know or have any experience about life to make life-changing decisions. And then if you do choose to make a decision like that, put it out there in the world and expose yourself to everybody's criticism. And so when that came out, I felt like it was not right. It was unsafe to put your child out there because it makes you, when you put your business out there in the world, you basically expose your entire life. And people will say whatever they want to say to you. Me doing reviews, I've had people who call me the N-word, call me a bitch, call me this, because I'm sitting here doing a review. And I'm an adult, so I can take it. But when it comes to a kid, they may not be able to take it. That's the stance I took. However, Boosie's ass, who's sitting up here trying to give Wade hints, or I guess clues or advice on how to be a parent and what to do with his own child, is sitting up here admitting that with his 12-year-old/13-year-old, he thought it was okay to go and get them topped off by a grown-ass woman. Now, this is how, first of all, the woman who did it, whoever the hell she is what we consider a pedo. I don't want to say that because there's no names here. That's what you are for you to accept to do something like that, number 1. Number 2, you traumatize the hell out of those children. Why do I say that? Because at 12, 13-year-olds, you shouldn't even think about sex. You shouldn't. Nowadays, it's sad that people start having sex as early as 10 years old. And I told you before, the youngest person that came into my office to see me that was pregnant was 10 years old going on 11. So it was a disgrace for me to sit up there because I feel like whoever parented this child has failed them tremendously. You don't go and announce that shit. You are an African-American male supposed to be raising another African-American man. If you're introducing them to sex so early on in life, they're going to grow up and that's all they're going to think. They're not going to value women, number 1. They're going to be disrespecting them, having kids left and right, and treating them like they're a piece of crap. If it ain't good for your daughter, because I know he won't sit up here and say, oh, I had a grown person come and, getting in with my 12 or 13-year-old girl. He wouldn't say that shit. He wouldn't do that because he knows how we're looking for the police. Like, where you at? Go get this person. Now, if y'all watched the documentary with Kelly, He stated that a family member had molested him when he was a child. And that also attributed to some of the things that he may have done in his adult life. Then, if y'all watch Whitney Houston's documentary, she herself said that a family member, an aunt in particular, also molested her while she was young. If you listen to Lil Wayne said the same thing. And if you look at the pattern of what has happened to all these individuals, it's never good. And for your parent to be the one, it's almost like you're out here pimping your children. What's wrong with you? Why would you even admit to that shit? Why would you even try it? What possesses you to think that that is a good thing to introduce your child to? Pick up a book, introduce them to that. Pick up school, introduce them to that. Pick up manners, introduce them to that. Pick up respect. Pick up other things except sex. Why are you introducing a 12-year-old to sex? What is wrong with you? I feel bad. Because I feel like some people should never be parents. Some people should just be, I don't want to say castrated, but you should never be parents. Because if this is what you're going to do, because I feel like you just fucked up that child. That's how I feel. You did. Because you brought, at that age, once that they've had those moments, I talk to my husband all the time, my fiance all the time. He tells me that when he was young and he finally experienced sex, that's all he could think about. You know, because it's something new. It's great, that feeling. And so he just wanted to stick his thing in every single person. You just expedited that process by having a 12-year-old feel that. Because now when they're going to school, these little girls that all they need to do is worry about school might end up getting pregnant because you just you literally was the one who brought that to their attention and thought that you were doing something good. What you think was going to happen? I feel like he did this and he's admitting this because he may be thinking in his head that if I do this, then my children won't be gay. I've had a lot of black people that I've met that have said to myself, black males have said, oh my gosh, I don't know if I find out that my son's gay, what I'll do. So I'm thinking that maybe he did something like this because he wanted to assure himself that his children don't come out gay. This does nothing. I don't know why you would even do some shit like that. What is wrong with you? You're literally a pathetic excuse for a parent and a human being. I'm looking at you sideways. I don't even like your music no more. I don't even want to listen to you. I used to listen to that little, he has a little ratchet rap music you listen to, you bump it up in the club, and it was cool. I can respect people having a difference of opinion. What I can't do is when you victimize somebody in that way, especially somebody who's not mature enough to protect their own selves. It's your job to protect that child, and you did not. So, I hope you see this shit, and when you do, you take your ass somewhere, pick up a book, really look into yourself and find out what it is about yourself that justified that act. Maybe somebody did that to you when you were a kid and you thought it was cool. It's not cool, bruh. And psychologically, for you to think that it's okay, you need help. Maybe go see a therapist and find out what it is about that decision that was poor. Because that was wrong. It was wrong. And for you to be okay announcing this, I'm not a big fan of interacting with the law, people that have to do with the law, especially because I'm black, because I feel like with the Aubrey case going on and all these just random blatant killings that go on with our men, that I'm not cool with interacting with you unless I know for a fact your spirit is not going to look at me like I'm evil because my melanin is just better I'm more melanated than you. So I'm not usually into bringing the law into the situation, but when you say something like this, you need to be held accountable for that decision, because I feel like you did something that you weren't even never supposed to do. And those children, I feel very bad for them. I do. Now, y'all saw the video with his baby mama when she was talking about how he done treated her the whole time that they were together. And now I believe everything she said. It's on YouTube. Go find it. I believe everything she said about that man, because she said that everything that he has done for his children is not something that's good. And she said it in that video, and I'm thinking, maybe she's bitter, maybe she's sad, maybe she just wants to throw salt on him while he's out here. I don't even know if he's doing this because he wants attention again. Because his music ain't popping no more. Nobody listens to him. He's not on the radio that I've heard of. He's not, he's not charting. He's not out there. He's just, whenever we hear of him, he's doing something stupid. He's pissing off Planet Fitness, or he's out here talking, trying to make sure Wade hears what he has to say. Now he's out here doing something crazy because this video surfaced up and it's on the Shade Room. Y'all go see it. I'll post the link down there in this video if y'all really want to know what it's about. Or you can actually, if you go, just type in the Shade Room in Instagram. If you have Instagram, go check it out. It's on there. And he's out there saying it's cool and he did the right thing. Anyway, please like, subscribe, notification bell. Let me know what y'all think about this video and what y'all think about his decision as a parent. Was it okay for you to do that to your child? I mean, it might be redundant for me to say that because I'm hoping that most of you have sense and will say, no, you don't do stuff like that. Out of everything you could teach your child, why would that be what you would focus on? At 12 years old, what purpose does that serve besides take away the focus of the child learning and experiencing life in the normalcy, then you actually bringing that to them? Make sure you have that same energy if you have a daughter. Because there's always that double standard. Oh, if a black man cheats, everybody cheats all the time. It's okay, forgive him. He loved you. You're the main chick, so go ahead and stay with him. Right? But then if the girl goes and does the same thing, she can't go back to him and say, well, you're supposed to love me, You're my main piece, dude. Is that reverse? Is that like double standard BS? Stop it. Knock it off. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Bye.